are back here in Caen for the very last game of this 2025 Silver Nations League, the one featuring Latvia and Serbia. And it's not exaggerated to say that this game is still an important one, because these two teams are competing for the second place. Who will have the silver medal? Both of them are sure to get a medal, but of course you prefer to travel back home with silver around your neck better than bronze. Serbia is currently third in the ranking with 7 points. Latvia is second. They could hope for the Golden League ticket early this morning, but since Hungary remained undefeated in that competition, the best that Latvia could achieve is a second place. Of course, it is an important game. It is a medal game to know who will get silver, who will get bronze. And I'm sure both Latvia and Serbia wants to travel back from France with a great memory and a victory in this Sunday game.
And Latvia needs only 1 point to secure this second place and this silver medal. It means 2 sets could be enough for Grumailovs and his players.
Yeah, of course, but if Latvia can get the victory today, of course they will try their very best. Two teams that are almost looking the same in terms of the type of sitting volleyball they are playing, but also because they only traveled with small rosters. Latvia traveled with 7 players. 6 of them are the key players, and Serbia has 8. I did not check on the Serbian side if our friend Željko Savic is wearing regular jersey or libero jersey.
It's a regular jersey, as I believe that once again Borislav Gajic didn't take part in the warming up and is maybe not able to appear on the field today.
Yes, a no risk taken for Serbia, because of course if you put a libero and then you get an injury, if no one is able to come in, then you might get in trouble. But it's the same, not a lot of options on the bench.
Yes, 7 players eventually on each side.
Yeah, it has to come from the starting 6, which is the most experienced players. We can talk about ages, we can talk about a lot of things, but we mentioned it and we celebrated together in Rouen for 2 years, even for 3 now. Uldis Ekterman is someone with more than 500 appearances for his country. That's a lot of experience. And the two teams are entering the court. Latvia will play in their traditional dark red, brown jersey, and Serbia will be in blue. Let's start with the national anthems. And we'll start with Latvia. And now the national anthem of Serbia. Everything is set for the 15th and last game of this 2025 Silver Nations League between Serbia and Latvia. We mentioned it, these two teams did pretty good this weekend here in Normandy, and they will be looking forward to get the silver medal around their neck at the end of this competition. And if you're connected with us, it's once again a warm pleasure to welcome you with us for the very last game of this competition. And of course, as you are already used to, if you are a follower from the YouTube channel from Power Volley Europe, we will be back live just after that game with the closing ceremony, the MVP award, and of course the trophy ceremonies. The two referees, international referees from this game, Zvezdan Aleksic-Kapel from Germany and Mr. Rauno Murulo from Estonia. All referees will have ref 2 per day. Yesterday, 2 on Friday, 1 today. 5 games for each international referee. And Zvezdan Aleksic-Kapel will be the last one to be first referee in this competition.
The first referee is Mr. Zvezdan Aleksic-Kapel from Germany. And the second referee is Mr. Rauno Murulo from Estonia. Now the presentation of the standing.
Let's meet the starting 6 on both sides. I'm not sure we'll get a lot of surprise. Let's stay with Latvia and Mitris Pavlovs, the captain and setter Uldis Ektermanis. Your favorite, Alexander Vivkaris. I knew you had training with him this morning, Helen. Good job for this. Andres Filipovics, Alexis Berkis, and playing coach or coaching player, you call it as you want, Vyacheslav Grimailov, the most dangerous offensive weapon for Latvia. For Team Serbia, Borislav Gajic will sit on the bench, and they will start with Radomir Bojic, Miodrag Bajic, Dragisha Brandic, William Maximovic is number 12. We're still not confused with what they did with the numbers. Enis Mujic wearing number 11. And one of the best blocker of this team, Dragisha Zoric. He was struggling yesterday with muscle issues, with some cramps. Let's see if he could help himself yesterday about this. They're traveling with team manager. I have no idea if she's a physio as well. But of course, Dragisha Zoric is a great fighter, and he will give his best for his country. The last game of this 2025 Silver Nations League here in France. will be underway in a few seconds between Serbia in blue and Latvia in dark red. And the first player to serve is William Maximovic. Tough reception. Ektermanis for the first tip. And great block, Pavlov's. First point for Latvia. Filipovic forced to tip it, but Zoric too much involved in his blocking action and touching the net. And here is the first point for Serbia in this first set.
Filipovic has turned to the second referee saying, no, I didn't touch the ball, but Pavlovs did it. Oh,
One
nice
hand set by
one
Grimailov.
set.
Zoric blocked. What a fight at the net. And Zoric
Was in a far better position to block this ball.
Well,
in
Zoric
front of
facing
Ektermanis.
Ektermanis is a huge contest at the net as well. And that's an ace for Serbia and for Enis Mujic. That's a strong spike, but out of bounds and no touch by the Serbian block. Remailovs for the reception, Ektermanis for Filipovic.
Yeah, not twice the same mistake for Filipovic.
Well, they tried to play it behind the 2-meter line, but the set was just too low. Ball alive, lucky dig. And Grimailovs with the block out. Or Serbia was close to score some kind of hero point here. And the fifth point for Serbia and Miodrag Bajic, one of the setter of this Serbian side, is the next one behind the serve line. Pavlov, staff reception, Ektermanis trying to fight, but the quality of the first contact is not good enough from Pavlovs. High reception to give his setter some space. To have a great one for Alexander Zvivkareks. Great solution on the line for the Latvian number 8. This ball is out. Do we have any statistic of some previous matches between Latvia and Serbia? Because these two teams, of course Serbia was playing last year in the Golden Nations League, but these two teams are playing with the same players for a long time. So if we have data on that, it would make it a bit easier to understand. Or maybe they didn't play in any previous competition together.
In the European Championship in 23 in Caen, Italy, I only know that Latvia took the 6th place. Serbia was 7, but defeated Italy for the 7th and 8th place. And I don't know whether they were in the same group in this European Championship.
But they are close. They are close from each other in terms of level, and from what we saw today, we can expect a pretty tight game.
Serbia is 6th in the European ranking, Latvia 8th, so there is definitely not a big difference in terms of level between these two teams.
Eight, 9. Latvia is 1 behind. Was Alexander's Vivkarix. He's serving on the Serbian number 8 towards position 1. Mujic finds the solution. And Serbia keeping this mini break 10-8. Berkis. Too strong for the Serbian block. And his Mujic was just a bit late to come and close the diagonal. That's an ace for Berkis. He just changed a bit to see better the interval between the two blockers. And he's serving from position 6, deep towards position 1. No touch on this swing by Mujic. And Latvia turns in front, 11-10. Another tough reception. Ektermanis blocked. Set for Pavlos. Another great dig by Zoric. Remailov's digged as well. What a great rally. Ektermanis. Oh, lifting whistle to cut the rally. It's against Enis Mujic. Berkis over the block. This one looks to be in. Oh, touched by the block. I mean, the result is the same. The point is for Serbia. And Maksimovic. Zoric for the equalizer. 12-all in this first set. Remailov's well done with his left arm. I mean, he also have the two lateralities, because he's serving now from the right one.
Most of the time he uses his right arm.
Back set, Mujic finds a solution. Well hidden, this spike between position 5 and 6. Some hesitation by the line judge, but finally called out. I mean, it was close from the line, no doubt. We're not well enough positioned to have an opinion on this one. Anyway, point is for Latvia. Zoric digged by Grimailovs. What a swing and what a dig. Again, the block. Vivkarix. He is the big boss at the net so far.
Very efficient in this middle position.
Mujic, careful. So you have to share with us the secret, Ellen, of what Vivkaris worked this morning. Did he work? Because we also saw him attacking from position 4. He's doing it well,
Yeah, there is
blocking well.
one position he has to spike from the head in reception, but most of the time he gets to the middle.
Yeah, that's his
and
favorite
then
one.
Use his wrist most of the time just to deflect the ball and push it on the other side.
16 for Latvia, 14 for Serbia. Hector Manis.
And that was a smart play on a very soft touch by Filipavicius.
Yeah, he just saw there was some empty space on the other side of the net to tip it, and he did. Oh, wait. The scoreboard is moving here in the venue. Okay, 16, 17 for Latvia, 14 for Serbia. Well, now we're a bit confused about the scoring. Apparently, it's 15 for Serbia, 17 for Latvia. Yeah, now you have the right one on the screen. I mean, a lot of things move. And that's a super spike for Andres Filipovic. So strong, no block in front of him. And you can just pray and hope for some hero dig on such a swing.
Great dig also by Hector Manis.
Maximovic, it's out of the antenna. And the point is for Serbia. Hector Manis, one hand set for Berkis. That's in, and that's a great connection. And with this 20th point for Latvia and this 4-point lead, the timeout is called by Mladen Stevic. Well, for sure, the first team having such a break when we reach 20 is definitely in pole position to win the set, but this could be a very long game as well, because they are really close, almost playing the same type of sitting volleyball. We don't have a lot of movements on court, but they are all very well positioned. (20-16). What a great competition. We had a lot of action here. I don't know if you realize, Ellen, this is, and it's not me calculating, it's Arno Bessa giving me the numbers, 52nd set that we're commentating since the Silver Nations League started. 52nd set. Just imagine, if you know what volleyball is, this is almost 10 games in 5 sets in 3 days. But we just enjoy the action so much. Or are they talking about positions now? Who has to serve? Who has to be sitting where? Well, they made the decision. Yeah, apparently Vivkaris is the next one to serve. Maximovic playing with the back row and Zoric, but great dig. Free ball, Latvia. One hand set, Grimaelovs, Berkis with the swing. And this point is for Latvia. Zvezdan Aleksic Kapo made a decision to overjudge the line judge. I mean, he was in a better position. course, you can hear that the atmosphere just cooled down a bit because the French team is just having lunch with families and fans. Everyone will be back in the venue for the closing ceremony. But it's quite silent for this game between Latvia and Serbia. This ball is in. 18th point for Serbia. 21-18. See it once more. This ball falling in the court.
And timeout called by Latvia as Serbia is now only 2 points behind. And Vyacheslav Grumailov's never speaking a lot, even when he calls a timeout. But they know what they have to do. They do it.
I didn't see any device, any game plan, any statistics, still not.
They play together for years.
Yeah, that's the thing. They know each other perfectly. They know exactly what the system is. And see, even without data, they are really close from the Golden Nations League level. And I'm sure they will perform pretty good this summer in Hungary. They will be able to have some great games, even against very strong teams from Europe.
Yeah, Latvia and Serbia will meet in the same group.
Oh, they will.
B, and it will be a very high level, as in this group B are also Bosnia and Herzegovina and Germany. Currently, the two best nations.
But you know, Ellen, those nations that are top world ranked, they're moving a lot, playing modern sitting volleyball. They might be in trouble with this system, pretty old school, like not moving a lot, but just perfectly placed when it comes to block defense. It doesn't mean that it will be easy for Germany against those teams, which are well organized, especially in the defensive area. 23 for Latvia, 19 for Serbia. Second timeout called for Serbia. For the moment, Latvia found the better solution to have a 4-point lead in this first set. But it's far to be over. And even if he's spending a lot of time on the bench, Maxis Kalis Grenberg is such a nice guy. When we had like very quick lunch before, he just came and say, hey, enjoy food. I mean, it's really nice to be close of these players, sharing time, sharing smiles, and that's all we want to see. That's the spirit of sitting volleyball. Berkis, free ball for Serbia. Zoric. Oh, high ball. Grimailov's pushing it deep. Good communication. Muic. Oh, Grimailov says, so big arms. And this is the 24th for Latvia. Set point for the team in dark red. Grimailov with the block out. And here it is. First set for Team Latvia, 25-19. They created a decisive gap at 20-16.
Only one set needed now by the Latvian side to secure the second place. as they had 9 points before this match, 7 for Serbia.
And once again, so warm thank you to all institutions, the city of Caen. We had such a nice stay here in Caen. Everyone will go back home tonight or tomorrow for the most lucky of the people staying here one more day. It was a great journey in the city of Caen. And the area around is really awesome. When we arrived on Thursday evening, we got the chance to discover Calvados in the middle of the Normandy area. So not only this territory is a great one, but they also help us through the process of organizing such international events here in Caen. And it's great to have the city of Caen, the Calvados department, and the Normandy area supporting this event. Well, 25-19 is the score of this first set. I mean, it's a perfect atmosphere for a nap. 2:30 on Sunday afternoon. Everything we need. We're just enjoying the action of sitting volleyball before getting some nap. And I'm pretty sure Serbia is looking forward for some solution in this second set. They don't want to go back home with a last 3-0 victory. For sure not. But let's see if they're able to convert. Advices from the coach Mladen Stevic on court. So do we get any surprise in the starting six of one of the two teams? Apparently not. Gajic is not able to play. Savic is still sitting on the bench, and Granbergs for Latvia is sitting on the bench as well. Grimailovs will be the first one to serve. The coaching player from this Latvian side. We're checking positions one more time with the computer. I'm always pretty scared when Rauno Murulo is getting closer from there. But luckily, everything seemed to be working properly today. It's the only thing working better on Sunday than on Friday and Saturday. We are probably a bit more tired, but the computer looks to be fine today. Yeah, happy with that. Second set will be underway in a few seconds.
The substitution, if there are any, will be pretty simple to follow. And first point for Latvia.
Grimailovs serving from the middle of the court, and that's an ace for him. Great start for Latvia in the second one. Short one, great variation. And Soric pushing it deep. Mujic just faked a strong spike and then just tipped it toward Latvian position 4. Grimailovs for the set. And the point is for Serbia. The set was not good enough. Regarding Zvezdan Alexis Kapel standards.
lifting whistled against one of the Serbian blockers.
Perfect reception. Maksimovic fighting on that ball. Bajic strong at the net. And Zoric for Mujic. This point is for Latvia.
The space was wide open, but Mujic didn't manage to put this ball in the field.
Yeah, Berkis. Catch whistle against him. Not easy to have a good contact. He was sitting at the right place on the line to dig. Everything moved. The ball, the net, the players. But the net fold is whistled against Latvia. And that's an equalizer for Serbia. 4-all. Mujic, 5-4 Serbia. Zoric tries to rally just over the block. And Filipovic just removed his hand at the last moment. Pavlos was then too late to take that ball. That's now a 2-point lead for Serbia. Net fold.
And Zoric explaining that it was under the net with his leg and shouldn't be counted as a fault.
Yeah, we can give you some short reminder on the rule. Of course, they have to move at some point their legs under the net, so referees only judge the upper part of the net in sitting volleyball. And this point is for Latvia. Oh, what a dig. If this one comes back, it comes back, and it's in! Point for Latvia! Oh, what a great fight to dig it, to cover, and then to bring it back and play. A well-deserved point for the guys from Riga. And how bad this was judged by Bojic, because he was moving towards the line, and then he still was surprised that this ball was in. Whoa! And this is how Latvia creates a first break in that set. No point has to be replayed. Timeout. No, Murulo asked timeout. But first referee,
no. Actually, the point must be replayed because a ball was rolling towards the field. That's why they whistled to stop the game.
Well, if at least the two referees can agree on...
Now has to serve again before Mladen Stevic can take this time out.
(9-6) Latvia. Good dig, Remailovs. Well done, Filipovic, for 10th point for Latvia.
And Mladen Stevic getting a little mad. He would obviously have preferred to get this time out at 9-6 and a 10-6 for Latvia. Stevic not very happy either with the performance of his team right now.
Yeah, he was already a bit annoyed because he couldn't take the timeout exactly when he wanted. That's the rule when the point has to be replayed. You first replay the point and then you can go through a timeout. Mojic free ball. It's not at all a free ball. It's just pushed deep in position 5. I was like, he goes with 10 fingers. This is not the ball back for Latvia. Absolutely not. Tactical one, short one. Ekterman is taking the reception. Berk is over spiking it out of bounds.
But this time, Berkius preferred not to spike directly. And it's an ace for Andrei Filipavicius.
Yeah, great serve. And substitution to come. They will try... Oh, I thought it was a reinforced reception. Absolutely not. He will be sitting in the front row. Jelko Zavic. And that's a great serve. Mujic was a great reflex. That's a lucky point for Serbia because he just put his hand on the way of the ball to avoid the ace. And it turns to be a winner. Primailov's block out. Strong swing. Played by the captain Radomir Bojic, position 3. Latvia still has the lead, but only 3 points in this second set. And if you're just joining, Latvia won the first one, 25-19.
Yeah, the first contact was not a block by Mujic, so he couldn't play it once more.
Berkis. Difficult reception. Grimailov, no question, he is the highest player on the field. When he gets a high ball, it's super difficult to catch him at the block. And then it comes from so high when you want to dig it. It's not easy at all. Mujic. And the block is perfect again for Grimailovs. 16-10. And I'm quite sure Serbia will not hesitate to take a second timeout if this point is for Latvia. Free ball Latvia. Ektermanis for Grimailovs. Oh, wow. What a dig. One more time. Mujic blocked. Oh, this point again for Latvia. They are just waiting so much, defending so good. And 17 to 10, I would not be surprised that Mladen Sevic would call a timeout. Yes, he does. Because that's now a 7-point lead for Latvia. Well, the best start in this game is for Latvia, winning the first one and now leading by 7. And if they do so, they would confirm their position in the final ranking. They're currently ranked 2 in that competition. So we will have the official ranking after this game, but this should look something like Italy 6. That's something we know. France will finish 5th. The Netherlands 4th, and then we're just waiting to know what will happen in this game between Latvia and Serbia. But anyway, if Latvia win this second set, even if they lose the game, I guess they pretty much secure silver.
Yeah, for sure they will secure it, as they would be sure to get 10 points. And with a 3-2 victory, Serbia could only expect 2 more points for a total of 9.
Bojic. Good serve, touched by the Latvian block. Termanis. This set was too deep for Latvia and for Andrejs Filipovics. And Serbia doesn't want to give up. We just hear the assistant coach Branislav Dragin. Well, nothing will be over. Even if Latvia take a 2-0 lead, doesn't mean that at some point Serbia doesn't have a chance to come back in that game.
Great play.
Yeah, that's a strong spike through the middle for Renis Mujic. 18 for Latvia, 13 for Serbia. Block Ektermanis, and this ball will not come back. It's super hard once again if you're wondering how difficult it is to serve in sitting volleyball. So first, to send the ball on the other side of the net is not easy if you're not used to play volleyball. Then, if you reach the net, you have to put it short enough that it lands on the court, and then you put blockers with very long arms in front of you, and you have to avoid the block, which makes the net even looking a lot higher, but you cannot afford the ball going too deep into the court. It's absolutely not easy, and the first time you will try sitting volleyball, you will remember, we mentioned it. Oh, that's a surprise. Borislav Gajic coming closer to the court. He will come in.
Oh, yeah, definitely he was able to play.
So there is a conclusion. You can play international sitting volleyball without homework, without statistics, without game plan, without anything. No, of course not. I'm sure Serbia prepared the game. These players are all just so experienced, and Zoric absolutely understood what was going on the other side of the net. And this would be something if Serbia can close that gap. Great serve. Ektermanis. Viv Kariks. Well done. He still has some great efficiency today. Bajic. Dig by Ektermanis. The dig was too long, but Serbia was not expecting the ball to go over the net. Oof, what a loud spike by Burkis. And Latvia is getting closer and closer, 21-15. Zoric blocked by Viv Kareks. I don't know how many points he scored because I'm not tracking the statistics live, but Viv Kareks is doing a pretty good job once again. Gajic. Zoric in front of 3 blockers, no chance. Here is the Latvian ball. Difficult reception. Mujic has to send it with one hand there. Behind the 2-meter line. Great spike, it comes back. What a lack of talent by Latvia. And they score this point after some hero dig and cover. 24-15, set point Latvia. And this first point is saved by Bajic. And Bajic, yeah, he was just a bit too slow to come back on court to have a chance to dig it. And 25-16 is the score of this second set. Latvia is in front. 2-0.
And it's now official. Latvia will be the silver medalist of the Silver Nations League.
So we can update the notes for the closing ceremony. That's a good thing.
So, Hungary, first and gold medalist with 5 victories and 40 points. The only team able to send the Hungarian team to a tiebreak was Latvia. So, it's pretty logical that we find this Latvian team at the second place. Serbia will be on the podium with a bronze medal. Netherlands takes the 4th place. France finished 5th and will be playing in the Silver Nations League next year. Italy 6th with no victory during these 3 days of competition, will play at the lower level in the Bronze Nations League next season.
Well, Latvia will finish second, but when we come back to what they did during this weekend, they were struggling against the Netherlands in their second game, only winning 3-2 at the tiebreak. That was a tough one. And the next morning, yesterday morning, they lost the first set to Italy. So they were not all the time controlling the situation. They did against France yesterday night. And now with this 2-0 victory, they just secured their spot for the silver medal. It's also a way for them to prepare for this European Championship, because I cannot imagine this team will look a lot different in gear. It will be probably the 7 same players. Maybe they have one addition, so maybe someone is injured, maybe someone couldn't take days off to come to travel to France, but most of the team, most of the key players are the one that we see today here in France.
The same 7 players were here, I think, almost 3 years ago now.
Could be.
In the Division B European Championship. So not quite sure they could find some more players to take part in the European Championship beginning on the 27th of July in here, Hungary.
2-0. Željko Savic in the starting six for Serbia. Maksimovic is sitting on the bench. Great block by Bajic. I mean, Serbia starts with a very tall line in the front row. Zoric, Bajic, and Mujic. Hector Manis for Pavlov. For Grimailovs. This ball is out. And Savic carries on. Hector Manis, difficult set. And Bajic one more time, scoring an easy block. Key point for Latvia is to have a good first contact. Well, they don't even need any contact if the serve is directly out of bounds.
Oh, I haven't noticed that Željko Savic is on the field and Maksimovic sitting on the bench to start this third set.
That's funny because Savic started as a libero when they started the competition, and now he's serving, and he had a great streak to start. Pavlovs. No touch. Out. Yeah, Serbia probably doesn't want the party to end so quick here. And that's the reason why they have an early 5-1 lead in this third set. Bajic just a bit moving. At the same time, he was trying to block. Never easy when you're not completely stopped in your movement. Pavlov's another earned force. Was that serve out of bounds?
Vladimir Bajic unable to stop this good swing by Filipovic.
Seven for Serbia, 3 for Latvia. Sorry, good serve. Reception is struggling. No risk for Viv Kariks. The set from Bajic was not the most perfect one. He pushed it deep. Hector Manis. Filipovic on the line. Savic blocked. Oh wow, what a rally. One more time. This one is for no one. It was just in between Viv Kariks and Filipovic. And they didn't try to use Grimailovs on the back row. I mean, their best weapon is currently sitting there. He's taking the reception. Viv Kariks with the help of the net. He's also a good solution when he's sitting in position 3. No doubt about this. Easy reception, but no chance to spike. Viv Kariks blocked by Dragiša Brandic. It's a fight of number 8 at the block at the net. And this contest won by Brandic.
position 4
So
on the Serbian
apparently
side.
they had the wrong server or whatever.
Yeah, certainly yes. The captain Radomir Bojic is coming back to the net.
That's exactly what happened yesterday for France. They, with the new rule that you can change when you're serving, then they were lost. And then they didn't know who has to serve. Let's see if the marker is fine. Yes, he is. If random rule is fine, we are ready. Viv Carrix as well. And that's an ace for Latvia. 6 points in this third set for the Latvian side. Only 3 behind now. That's a second in a row for Latvian number 8. What a spike by Mujic. He just saw the ball so high in the air that he wanted to give full power. And now it's Radomir Bojic's turn to serve. Berkshis, good dig. Oh, Savage. Pavlov's one moving towards the inside and Savage playing the outside. That was a quick movement. And Serbia has a 4-point lead, 11-7. And the chips are already coming back in the venue. Hungary, Italy are already back. They played their first game. For the moment, the French players are still having some lunch at some point. The same for Netherlands. But everything will be ready and everyone on time for the closing ceremony just after this last game of the 2025 Silver Nations League.
This tip was a little too short from Grimadov, especially in front of such a player as Enes Mujic.
We see Grimadov's a lot less involved in the points of his team since the beginning of the set. And that's also one of the reasons why Serbia is leading. Great dig again. Ektermanis with the tip and another point for Serbia. 13 for the men in blue, 8 for Latvia.
They'd better stop with those tips too close to the net and too close of the Serbian blockers' end. Zoric touched the net this time. Oh, great save by Berkus. And the ball is in eventually. That's not the first time that the Serbian side misjudged an eyeball like this.
Mailov's reception is good for Serbia. Zoric, perfect on that high ball to score the 14th point of Serbia in this third set. Mailov's back set. Serbia struggling to get this ball on the other side of the net, and Filipovic concluding that point. Well, it sounds pretty clear that if Latvia can close the game now, I mean at the end of the third set, and go back home with a 3-0 victory against Serbia, they will. But that's the exact opposite will of Latvia.
Lifting on the Serbian side.
Yeah, against Zoric, who was spiking. That's a shame, because no one was blocking in front of him. Pavlovs with the serve mistake. Savic, great save. His libero skills were useful, but unable to cover there. Good block, Filipovic. Latvia is fighting back. Only one behind now. 14-15. Point to be replayed. With ball kids having some issue with the ball. Zoric, great dig. He might have one hand. Zoric digged once again by Filipovic. And he finds the block out. Two great digs and a great spike. And this is an equalizer for Latvia. Timeout, Serbia. Mladen Stevic stops the game. Well, Latvia, they stay pretty calm. They were led by, I don't remember, like 5 points maybe in this third set. But they stayed pretty calm to fight back slowly, to close the gap. And that's the case now. 15-all. If you're just joining, Latvia is leading 2-0 against Serbia. This is the final game of this 2025 Silver Nations League. It is not the final, but it's the final game of the competition. Since we played a round robin, we already know that the victory in this competition is for Hungary, undefeated in 3 days, undefeated in 5 games. They will be lifting the trophy later today during the closing ceremony. But this one is the very last to be played. Ektemanis. Zoric blocked by Berkis. Good connection between Filipovic and Vivkareks. And substitution with Maksimovic. Replacing Dragisha Brandic. Zoric. Another lifting call against Dragisha Zoric. This is now a 3-point lead for Latvia. They're on such a great streak because at least something like a 6-0, 7-0 maybe, with this spike from Mujic in the net. And if Serbia wants to show the sitting volleyball world that they did not give up in this game, they will have to react. It will be after the timeout. Second one called by Mladen Stevic. 19-15, a 4-point lead. You can see, you can feel everyone is pretty exhausted. I mean, Deuce player and these two teams, they played a lot of sitting volleyball because they don't have a lot of option to substitute to rest, but they are compensating with just so much experience.
Yes, Serbia was one of the first two teams on the field Friday morning at 9 for the very first game of the competition, and they're one of the two teams closing the Silver Nations League.
Yeah, and this was the only team to be super lucky to be with us in the hotel. All other teams were closer from the venue, but it was not enough
super
space.
lucky indeed.
And it was nice to share breakfast in the morning with the Serbian side. I mean, they were not very talkative, but probably already focused on the game. Remailovs with the save, Victor Manis with the foot. Another dig by Pavlovs. Zoric. Zoric again. One more dig, Maximovic. What a point. And the blocked out, Filipovic. Oh, wow. This is a great sitting volleyball point.
And Dragisa Brandic is back at the middle of the net. Not many solutions left from Mladen Stevic.
(21-16). Point for Serbia, and Zoric. It's a strong serve. Reception is not good enough because it goes directly on the Serbian side, and Savic concludes it with 10 fingers, dunking it on the Latvian side of the court. Filipovic, good contact. Bojic for Savic. Filipovic playing the block out. It's quite annoying, but well played, Latvia. (23-17). Latvia is now only 2 points away from winning that game, 3-0. Great serve, Zoric for the reception. Grimailovs blocked by Serbia. Small tip, well played. Berkis conclusion, 24-17. And this is match point, Latvia. Blocked by Bojic, one time, two time. And the first match point is saved. Dragiša Brandic for the serve. Uldis Ektermanis played that one on the Serbian side. Volunteers are cheering. Don't know if they are pushing for Serbia to come back in the game or for Latvia to conclude. Still match point for Latvia. Grimailovs is there in touch. Yes, of course. And the victory for Latvia. 3-0 in this final game of the competition. 25-19, 25-16, 25-19. Of course, stay connected with us. In a few minutes only, we will be back here in Caen for the closing ceremony. A warm thank you one more time, Hélène. It was a great pleasure to share this weekend with you here in Caen. And of course, a warm thank you for the local organizing committee, to Paravolley Europe, to all volunteers involved, and of course, to the broadcast facilities we had around Arno Bessa and his entire team. We'll be back in a few minutes for the closing ceremony.
Čovjek zna sebe. Nije gledao, evo čovjek kaže, primijetio da uopšte ne gleda njih. Uopšte.
Ali ne sudijski, nego tehnički. Crvena majica, prošla je moga.
Yep.
So much stuff. Also,
Passe à de l'autre côté. Ouais. Et à la limite, passe à de l'autre côté, vraiment le cube. Quelqu'un peut venir, vous prenez la cage et vous allez la poser dessus là.
Avec le socle? Yes.
Non, attends. Ouais.
Tu m'enlèves les drapeaux? Le drapeau jaune, le truc là?
Ouais, là.
bloc service, tout. Points total, 5 matchs. Super, moi ça donne un truc pour justifier son. Ah ouais, mais c'est pas. Je pense qu'il n'y a pas besoin là. Ouais. Il y a toujours des blaireaux. So now that we have the team ranked 6, 5, and 4 Swedes to give, I will call the president of the French Federation of Volleyball, Eric Tanguy. He is with us, and here a few words for you just before going to the interview on the podium.
Hello everybody, I want to thank, first of all the volunteers for organizing this nice week and nice event, and we can applaud all the volunteers. I want to congratulate all of us, all of you, for the strong competition, for the very good match, and I hope we will keep a good souvenir of France, Normandy, and the city of Caen, of course. And I hope to see you soon in France for the other competition, and I will wish you a safe return to your country, and hope to see you soon. It will be a pleasure. Thank you very much. Donc je vais le faire en français. Et avant de poursuivre la cérémonie protocolaire, j'ai un diplôme de la fédération à remettre à un bénévole, justement un volontaire, pour pouvoir applaudir, qui a fait un énorme travail pour organiser cet événement. C'est Benoît.
Thank you, Eric, for being with us, and you had like to spend your birthday here in Albany yesterday. Let's go to the award. We had some special award for buildup here. We will start with the MVP award of this event. He's a great guy, not on the court, but also on court. In 5 games, he scored this week 146 points. That's around 7 points per game. Representing Hungary, number 11, Robert Kurtic. President, if you want to come again to award the prize to Robert. The meeting of this Silver Nations League. Welcome to silver medal now, and to our wonderful place on stage, Mr. Sébastien Florent, General Secretary of the French Volleyball Federation. And of course, we are missing the team finishing second here in Caen for this 2025 Silver Nations League, Team Latvia. Dear travelers to Hungary for achieving the victory this year's Silver Nations League. It was a great pleasure to be with you. That's the conclusion of the closing ceremony. A warm thank you to everyone, to the players, the volunteers, officials involved in this event. We wish you all a safe trip back home and we see you soon for other Civic Volleyball emotions. Thank you and see you soon.